Hello, Franklin sports fans, and welcome to Franklin High School for your latest boys varsity basketball matchup. This is cameraman Chris Flynn, joined by my cohort Jay Horrigan. Jay, we've got a big non-league matchup in front of us today, huh?
Yeah, Franklin taking on the Trojans of Bridgewater-Raynham. BR having a little bit of a down year by their standards at 3-9 coming in. But yeah, this has the potential to be a real good game. It also has the potential of being a lot of playing time for deep on the bench for the Panthers today.
Yes.
For all playing, officiating, and everyone in attendance. Be loud, proud, and positive for your team. The MIAA Hockomock League and Franklin High School do not condone any player, coach, or referee name or number being called out during the event.
Franklin's own Ryan Martin calling out the starting lineups for both Bridgewater-Raynham and for the Panthers.
He told me that if he had known, if he had an option, he would have wanted to be up here.
Well, that's what I get for missing
out
over the
I said to him, all of a sudden, Chris and I were texting each other a little frantic, so.
It wasn't frantic.
It was frantic enough for me. But, hey, you and I are here. We'll have a good game.
And now, the starting lineup for Bridgewater-Raynham. At forward, number 24, DJ Overall. At guard, number 4, junior, Deshaun Falk.
So already I can tell my roster's different than what Ryan Martin announced.
There's always something that winds up going wrong, isn't
there? Yeah, the first player he announced, Argula, he announced him as 24. I had him as 23.
Freshman Bobby Lewis. And at forward, number 34, sophomore Tyler Cottagio. Trojans are coached by Doug Hall.
So you may have heard Ryan Martin in the background. Young squad, a freshman, a sophomore. Starting for Bridgewater-Raynham. Now we'll get the Panther starting lineups.
At guard, a 5'11 junior, number 2, Andrew O'Neill. At guard, a 5'11 senior, number 1, Gino Scarangelo. At forward, a 6'4 junior, number 25, Sean O'Leary.
And I must admit, considering that we have so much going on at Franklin TV, I have not been aware of the boys basketball record until about maybe 10 minutes ago. They have had a phenomenal season.
Yeah, they've only lost a single game, and that was to Mansfield going back.
I was reading on Hockomock Sports that it was Zavarian. I could be wrong.
I think they beat well.
We'll deal with the national anthem first.
Correct. Chris, that was a beautiful rendition of the national anthem. by Ryan Martin's phone.
Nice instrumental version.
Yes.
And I will say right now, before it leaves my memory, that you are actually correct. I misread the record on Hockomock Sports. They have lost their one game to Mansfield.
Mansfield, yeah.
And
they beat Zavarian. They actually end their regular season at Zavarian, I was told today, which will be in a couple of weeks.
So the fact that they were even able to beat Zavarian is, to me, a monumental thing.
Well, Zavarian's having a tremendous year led by young coach Ryan Sheehan. They've played well above and beyond, Chris, what they thought they would play. As we get ready to tip it here, ball's going to be tossed up by referee Drew McGinnis. The other referee is John Cascarano. And a tremendous referee tossed. Allen takes it right to the basket.
Right off the bucket.
And
right off the ball, no pun intended.
Franklin, quick 2-0 lead, playing in their suffocating man-to-man defense. Scarangella covering. BR trying to work it around the outside. Falk right there. And an outside shot way back, no good.
And
O'Leary with the rebound, yeah, but Falk fouls him.
So that's going to be a Franklin ball.
Yeah. Maybe it wasn't a foul. Maybe he had Falk out of bounds.
I think it was a foul because Bridgewater had quite a few, had at least an arm around him.
Franklin working it around the perimeter. Scarangello gets the ball inside to O'Leary. O'Leary spins a couple of times, and the ball gets knocked out of bounds.
And this is a very physical game to start off with.
Yeah. So Franklin will inbound, 14 seconds on the shot clock. Gets it in. Scarangello gets it underneath there.
A lot of good ball movement going on here. Shot for two was no good. Oh, that ball's going to be knocked out of Bridgewater's hands.
Yeah, Justin Allen with the tip away there. Now let's see if he can come down and score, maybe get an assist. O'Leary in the corner, goes to the basket. No good, but they're going to have a foul on that. And that foul is going to be on Argula, number 24. They're showing that as the first team foul. So I'm thinking that other one, O'Leary hits the first, Chris, was an out of bounds. And O'Leary sinks them both. 4-0 Panthers. BR led by longtime coach Doug Alves. Doug, a former college player down at High Point. And his son is playing at a school in South Carolina. He told me which one it was, and of course I forgot. Nice drive there by Falk.
And Bridgewater able to score 2 points off there after Franklin was very nearly forcing them to have a half-court violation.
Yeah, O'Leary for three. 7-2 our score. BR always has some good shooters. They can handle the ball well. They're very quick. Remember, this year's squad is young. That was the sophomore there.
Good shot right there, but off to the right of the basket, so they missed that one.
Catajonia, I think. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing. As always, I apologize ahead of time for all, I can't even say time, for all the names I'm going to mispronounce throughout this game.
I think we can both blame the fact that it's the weekend for any screw-ups that we have today.
It is a great Sunday afternoon, Chris, to have a high school basketball game. Shot clock down to 5. O'Leary spins, gets nothing, and we're going to have a foul. Foul call there with 3 seconds left on the shot clock. That's on
And we've actually got quite a decent crowd on hand. Most of the crowd being on Franklin's side, which is just beneath us on the bleachers. But Bridgewater-Raynham filling up half of the bleachers on the opposite side.
Well, and the stands right underneath us, Chris, are packed.
I was going to say, or could those be Franklin fans too?
Could be. You know, you see on behind the Franklin bench, there's a couple of youth teams up there. Sunday is a big day for travel basketball, so after their games, they're probably coming over. That shot no good. O'Leary with the rebound. Harvey sends it out to O'Leary. No
actually,
good.
I'm not quite sure if that was going to be a three-pointer. I think it was right on the line for that.
So Franklin has 9 points. O'Leary has 7 of them.
Bridgewater for
shot.
three. That one's going to be an air ball.
We're going to say that was a pass. And that ball goes out of bounds off of O'Leary. 22 seconds left on the shot clock.
And Franklin, as you mentioned earlier, playing very tight D on Bridgewater.
That's, you know what, Chris, that's both the boys and the girls team that shot off. Allen with the rebound, and then it gets fouled. That's Catagio's second foul, so he's going to be replaced here by number 11, who is Jake Golden. Captain Justin Allen brings the ball up court.
Three-point shot is good.
Andrew O'Neill for three. Makes it a 12-2 Panther lead. Yeah, Chris, we were saying about the defense. Franklin, both the boys and girls team, as Allen steals the ball there, they're known for the defense.
Sharp eyes right there.
Yeah. O'Leary way outside with the ball. Gets it to Scarangello. Back to O'Leary, back to Allen. Allen brings it up top, down to Harvey.
Bridgewater tries to reach in, steal that ball away, but Franklin with another three-point shot. That one's going to be no good.
Scarangello on the attempt, and BR comes up with it. That's going to be backcourt. No, it's going to be out of bounds.
Meant to be a pass to one of his teammates, but the teammate
kind of
did not see that coming.
Errant pass there as Rodriguez, number 10, Dylan Rodriguez comes in for Bridgewater-Raynham. Franklin will inbound the ball in their front court. Scarangello looking things over, gets it to Harvey. Trying to get it down to O'Leary. No luck. Scarangello gets it to Allen. Now it gets into O'Leary. O'Leary looking to deal. And he goes in and up for another basket.
So Franklin with a 12-point lead here.
Yeah. And Sean O'Leary with 9 of those 14 points for the Panthers.
2 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the first period. First quarter, I should be saying.
Chris, I'm not going to hold it against you. That looked like a travel to me,
be.
But O'Leary ends up with the rebound, trying to get out of there. Harvey finally gets it and gets it across the midcourt line. O'Neill back out top to O'Leary, then Scarangello for a deep three, and
he
that's
scores
good.
that one. Timeout's going to be called by Bridgewater-Raynham. Franklin now with a 17-2 lead. And Bridgewater-Raynham realizing that they're in a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah, BR down 15, and as we said, Chris, when we came on the air, this could go one of two ways. And right now it's going the second way we thought it might. Franklin with a big lead. We'll see how it transpires the rest of the afternoon. Still 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
And in Bridgewater-Raynham's defense, it is only the first quarter. It's just No team wants to find themselves in a 15-point hole like they are facing right now.
No, but to his credit, I was speaking with Coach Doug Elves prior to the game, and Coach Elves was telling me it is a year that has been a lot of work. They are young. They've had to learn on the fly because they're so young. And as a result, it shows in their record. Their record is 3-9, as we said, coming in. So not up to BR's usual standards. Doug Elves is actually assisted over there on the BR bench by Derek Perry, Courtney Valentine, and Mark Willis.
Deep three, and he scores that one.
$17-5 our score. Harvey kicks it out to Allen. Allen,
Franklin with a deep three of his own, and that one goes.
Allen, Chris, had to be 6-7 feet behind that three-point line.
Easily.
Harvey with the rebound. Yeah. Harvey dishes it. O'Leary for three. No good.
That would have been wow.
Yeah. BR grabs the rebound. That's Barry, number 12 in the game now for the Trojans. There's that defense for the Panthers. Leads to a bad pass.
That was unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because they could, whether or not it would have gone down for them, they would have had a good three-point shot right there. But
yeah.
Unfortunately, that pass is just a little too out of reach.
Scarangello gets the ball, brings it over midcourt. Over to Harvey. O'Leary. Scarangello almost blew a tire there. O'Leary fends off, dishes it outside for Scarangello. Just off, back rims it. Allen with the rebound. O'Neal, nice pass by O'Neal. Gets it to O'Leary for another bucket. 22-5 our score. What a pass, Chris, that was, huh?
Very much so. Franklin's offense is playing very sharp.
O'Neal with the rebound there on the missed shot by Barry. Scarangello for three as time winds down. No good, 4 seconds left. And that's going to end the first quarter.
An attempt there by Bridgewater-Raynham to try to keep that ball in bounds, but unfortunately for him, it's only going to be thrown in behind their basket. So they're not able to keep the ball in bounds, and that's going to result in the end of the first quarter.
O'Leary, the leading scorer with 11 of Franklin's 22 points, followed by Justin Allen with 5. So both strong defensive and offensive performance in that first quarter by the Panthers.
So you've probably covered more basketball games than I have. What do you think is the biggest factor that Franklin has working for them, considering what their record is this year?
I think, Chris, one of the things that really is big for them is each one of the players are just so athletic. And probably even more important, they commit to working hard the entire game, all 32 minutes of the game, and they commit to what C.J. Neely wants them to do. And for high school kids, to get them to buy in for 32 minutes is very hard to do. But it shows in all the success Franklin's had over the years.
And I'm sure that Franklin coach C.J. Neely is proud of what's been going on this season.
Yeah, very much so. There was a pass. It was misread by Rain, and it went out of bounds. So O'Leary will inbound it. And this is Chase Baludis bringing the ball up. Over to O'Leary. O'Neal.
Ooh,
And that
was
gets
meant to be
knocked
an
away.
Inward
Yeah.
pass. Intercepted by Bridgewater, who drives it to the hoop, and they get a foul.
Franklin fouls on number 2, Andrew O'Neal, his first, team's first.
Yeah, that looked like it was a foul there. He came down. His arm came down on that one. So Rain to shoot 2. Now Rain to shoot 1. And that's off the back rim. Andrew Benoit was the player that grabbed that rebound, number 21 for Franklin. So a couple of substitutions. Benoit is in the game along with Caden Sullivan, number 10, and Balutis, number 3, to join O'Leary and O'Neal. O'Leary kicks it out. Can hear the countdown for the clock, and
That's going to be good for 3.
Bradley Herndon with the 3. Makes it 25-5.
Nice pass right there, and a shot for 2. And
So that's going to be a foul against Franklin. It's going to be against O'Leary.
And Bridgewater again to the line for 2.
Second team foul on the Panthers. So Coach C.J. Neely just trying to get a clarification as to why that was a foul on Franklin. I think part of it has to do, I think he was maybe a tad late getting there, but he also was way under the basket. He's got to allow room for that player to go to land. Got a sub getting ready, coming in for the shooter.
Second basket is good.
So Rodriguez gives BR 2 more points, and he's going to check out right now.
And there's going to be a lot of double teaming here, which we're seeing Bridgewater-Raynham doing.
So BR, similar to Franklin, is that's a foul against Lewis.
And with this not being a shooting foul,
Yeah.
Franklin will be inbounding it from under the basket.
BR has a lot of quickness and a lot of athleticism, and they've got to kind of rely on that as O'Leary scores again.
Forces that ball through the Bridgewater defense, giving Franklin another 2 points. Nice move. Bridgewater for 2.
Not much more Herndon could have done there.
And
But
Franklin driving it to the hoop.
Yeah, fast break there. Benoit, Andrew Benoit is able to put it down, 29-9, Franklin.
Oh,
That's going to be backcourt.
Another mismatch pass.
Yeah. Harvey comes back into the game for O'Leary. O'Neal goes out, and Justin Allen comes back in. Harvey and Allen, the 2 captains this year. Allen looks around, looks for someone open, takes a dribble. Caden Sullivan with the deuce.
Ooh, a really fast pass, and that was intended for Bridgewater's number 32. But he did not see the pass coming. Bridgewater-Raynham loosening up on their.
So Franklin right now has 2 seniors, 2 juniors, and a sophomore on the court. Getting significant playing time here as Herndon's shot was just off the mark. Oh, nice follow-up there. Argula with the basket.
Had a little brain freeze about a minute ago, Jay. I was trying to say Bridgewater are loosening up on their double teaming of Franklin as they bring the ball down. Oh,
Harvey gets fouled as he was going to the basket. He gets fouled by number 12, Barry.
That would have been a nice layup for him.
Yeah.
His first team's fifth.
5th team foul to Franklin's 2. Harvey will shoot 2.
First basket goes down. It was threatening not to. Second one misses it. But Franklin with the rebound.
That is Franklin's first missed foul shot so far for the game. They are 5 of 6 from the charity stripe.
Nice attempt at a shot right there, but it doesn't go down.
Sullivan playing good defense. Herndon. Now, I think that's going to be on Herndon, yes. Foul on Herndon.
Franklin fouls on number 3, Bradley Herndon. His first team's 3rd.
32-11 our score. Justin Allen with the rebound. He gets it way up and ends up in the hands of Caden Sullivan, who gets it to Harvey going down the lane. He kicks
That's
it
a
out.
Deep 3.
Sullivan. Sullivan for should have been 4. It was so deep.
If only.
35-11. That's going to go against Herndon on the arm.
Maybe they should come up with a rule that any shot that's made from like half court should be considered like 5 points.
Trust me, the players would want that. Anyway, they could score more points and shoot from further away from the basket. They're all for. So O'Leary and Scarangello come back into the game for Franklin. And coming back into the game for Bridgewater-Raynham is Noah Perry-Lewis, who is only a sophomore, number 21. Sullivan is able to gain control of that. O'Leary over to Harvey. Now that's going to be before the shot. It's going to be a foul before the shot. It's on Balutis. That's the team's 6th foul. O'Leary over to Sullivan, and they
Franklin
miscommunication there, but Justin Allen with the heads-up hustle. Oh, nice job by O'Leary to kick that out when he didn't have an opening. Shot no good. Nice pass there by BR.
But they are not able to do anything with that,
No.
so they're just going to kick it right back out. Good shot
Nice.
there, but it kind of hit the front of the rim.
Yeah, nice defense by Gino Scarangello.
That ball is going to be rolled out of bounds by Franklin. So Bridgewater-Raynham ball.
2:27 left in the second quarter. Franklin with a 23-point lead. That's going to be on Ben Harvey.
Yeah, he wasn't too thrilled about that call.
Now, you know, the players think that as long as they've got their hands and arms up in the air, it's not a foul, which is not even close to being correct.
You see that in the pros, too.
Yeah.
First shot goes down.
Andrew O'Neill coming back into the game. He will replace Caden Sullivan. Sullivan leaves scoring 5 points in 6 minutes in that quarter.
Second basket goes down. So Bridgewater cuts the lead to 21. They are almost at, oh, they do intercept it this time. Shot for two. Oh, bounces off the back rim.
Scarangello ends up getting it and bounces it off a BR player as he got stuck in the corner.
Bridgewater playing a little more aggressive here.
O'Neill to inbound it. Gets it to Gino Scarangello. Harvey. Allen for three. Good.
Gets it. Ooh,
Allen,
nice,
really nice steal.
Nice play and a two-shot, but doesn't go down.
O'Neill looking for a foul on that, which I think is standard operating. O'Neill goes.
Nice play.
Move,
oh,
and no good. O'Leary goes back up with it, and he gets fouled. He'll shoot two.
That was a shame that that first basket didn't go down.
Yeah.
Great way for him. Great of him to try to foresee the defense coming down on him.
So Perry Lewis, I'm sorry, called for the foul. Coming in for BR is Dylan Rodriguez and Kevin Lambert. Rodriguez, one of their captains, along with Golden and Barry. And Franklin sub coming in. Andrew Benoit comes in for O'Leary. 1:15. Sorry, Chris.
Nope, you beat me to the punch.
We were going to say the same thing.
Brilliant minds.
Well, I'm not sure about that, but
take.
Oh, Scarangello with the steal.
Oh.
Good defense there by Bridgewater-Raynham to prevent Scarangello from scoring.
Deep three. Oh. Another two, and his own rebound. That's going to be
on Harvey.
Front rimmed.
Yeah. Harvey's second. And Rodriguez will go to the line. First one is good. Harvey goes out with two fouls. O'Leary comes in. Rodriguez is off on the second one. 1 of 2 from the foul line.
Cross-court passing going on here.
Allen, oh, nice vision to see Scarangello down underneath for the bucket. (42-15) our score. That shot's off. Shot clock is now off.
That was not
And
pretty.
a nice pass to O'Leary. And I think that was a Franklin timeout.
We had two Bridgewater-Raynham.
Oh, no, a
players
player
go
down.
Number 12 for Bridgewater-Raynham was holding his ankle for a bit, but he seems to have walked it off.
That's 12 is Captain Luke Barry, and trainer Jen is out as the player is being attended to by TJ and head coach Doug Alves. I'm not sure if he hurt his arm or something on the leg. And now he's rolling over.
I think it's his, maybe a knee or
Oh,
something.
you know what? They bent it. He may have just got the wind knocked out of him, Chris.
That's very possible too. Yeah.
The player down is Noah Perry-Lewis. Perry-Lewis, a sophomore guard. So another one of the really young guns that BR has.
And I think what had happened prior to these two falling down to the ground was that they were both trying to chase after the ball, which had been a long pass by Franklin. Both of them were trying to go after the ball, and they just ran into each other.
So I'm going to guess that was a parent who came out. In my opinion, that can't have a parent out in the court unless they get called out by the AD. So it'll be BR's ball. The score 44-15, 14.4 seconds left. Scarangello with kind of a token press here.
Bridgewater just doing everything that they can to drive that ball to the hoop.
2 seconds. That
Nice
shot
jumper.
gets off.
Oh!
Oh, nice effort.
That was an incredible rebound.
Baludis tries to put that down. So, Chris, at halftime, our score is the Panthers 44, Bridgewater-Raynham 15.
And I'm sure that Bridgewater-Raynham is just glad to be in double-digit points right now. But both teams playing fairly aggressively. But Bridgewater has had probably probably double the number of shots on net compared to the Panthers. But just not a lot of them going down.
Yeah. Sean O'Leary, the leading scorer in that half with 15 points, and it looks like the Metro teams are going to play.
So with that being the case, we're going to take a short break during this halftime break for the Panthers. Again, the score right now at the end of 2 is Franklin 44, Bridgewater-Raynham 15. And we'll be back in a few minutes for the start of the third quarter. Stay tuned. we are back for the start of the second half between your Franklin Panthers and the visiting Bridgewater-Raynham. Jay, what do you think we have in store for the second half here?
Well, I think if you're a Panther fan, more of the same. I think Franklin is, at least today, by far the better team.
Bridgewater steals the ball right there. They go up for two and they get it. And another steal right there. And they get 2 and +1. So right out of the gate, Bridgewater starting to play with a little bit more fire. And that basket does not go. It's going to go out of bounds off of Bridgewater-Raynham, so Franklin ball.
Scarangello gets it over to O'Neal. Harvey on the wing. Cross-court pass to Allen. Allen was way deep there.
Deep shot there, but
comes up short. It's Mike Rain in for the Trojans, number 33.
Good shot right there for 2.
Yeah. Cottagio with the bucket. Makes our score 44-21. O'Leary in the corner. Brings it out top, gets it to Allen. Trying to get it into Harvey down low, but there's going to be a push on Rain.
Seeing the kind of deep passing that Franklin's been engaging in for up to this point in the third quarter, and for a good amount of the second quarter, that kind of deep passing always makes me a little scared, because with that kind of passing going on, there's always the potential for the opposite team to steal the ball away from you. Luckily for them, that hasn't happened much, as Bridgewater scores another 2-pointer.
Rain, I think, Chris, that was a 3-pointer. Cuts the lead to 20 and a timeout.
Was it a 3? You'd have a better point of view than I have.
So the Panthers take the timeout with 6:26 left in a 20-point lead.
Bridgewater now on a bit of a tear here. I'm sure they're wishing that they had played this way at the very beginning of the game, but since they've cut the lead to 20 points, I'm sure they're proud that they've gotten to this point.
Yeah, and it looked like, Chris, they've got some of their substitutions in. So it's not a raising of the white flag, but I think Coach Elves is looking at it as an opportunity to get some guys some playing time that maybe wouldn't normally get varsity playing time. O'Neal to inbounds the ball for Franklin. Got to get it over.
Franklin able to. Deep shot, no good. Although they try to get a rebound, but Bridgewater recovers.
Yeah, nice job by Harvey.
That was unfortunate for him. He's just going to run into traffic and call for an offensive foul.
Lewis's second foul, the team's second. Franklin inbound it.
Bridgewater back to double teaming. They steal the ball away.
Yeah, Scarangello tried to get it, bounce it off the player's leg, which he did. He was looking for a kick ball, but that's not a kick. Kick has to be intentional.
And
15 on the shot clock.
yeah, they got a little lucky with that shot clock, because I just noticed a second ago that shot clock only started about 5 seconds ago. So Bridgewater was able to keep that ball for a little bit longer than they would have otherwise.
Contagio for Bridgewater-Raynham picks up his third foul. Contagio, a sophomore.
To the hoop, and nice pass in
O'Leary.
front of the hoop, and Franklin gets a bucket for 2.
It's their first point. Almost 3 minutes into the third quarter, they finally score.
That's going to be a jump ball. I'm not sure if you noticed this, Jay, but you may remember that little incident with the two Bridgewater-Raynham players on the floor during the second quarter. One of them has been unfortunately sidelined. It looks like he's got an ice pack around his knee.
On his knee. And the other one is still on the bench. He has not played.
Oh, yeah, that's a very good point.
Number 21, O'Leary's going to pick up that foul.
So it looks like both of those players are going to be out of commission for a while, if not the rest of the game.
Bridgewater-Raynham takes a timeout with 5:01 left in the third quarter.
So it's unfortunate for Bridgewater to lose 2 players in an instant like that, but they've got to get their injuries tended to.
Yeah, it is just made me think. This is everybody get ready, boring J story.
When have you ever told us a boring story?
I
Jay?
refereed Chris a game. Bridgewater-Raynham would have a Christmas week tournament, and I did a game. I forget who Bridgewater was playing, but I tossed the ball for the opening toss. The kid from Bridgewater-Raynham missed the ball, hit me in the nose. I took 2 steps back, and blood was pouring down my face. He broke my nose.
That's...
So I had to go to the trainer's room. Fortunately, it was a 3-man game, so the other 2 guys took care of it. But I spent the first quarter on a trainer's table trying to get the blood stopped. And that young man who did that to me, his father is one of the assistant coaches on their bench right now.
Yikes.
O'Neal goes out. Herndon comes back in for Franklin.
And Bridgewater-Raynham shooting for a +1. Or is it and 1? I always get those
And
two
1.
confused. +1 is for people going to parties. I'm trying to give it a secondary use.
Scarangello for 3.
Good
That's
shot, and
good.
he gets it. Although he was inches away from that shot being blocked.
Gino's 8th point of the day. And there's a tie up there.
That's going to be a jump ball.
Jump ball, and that's going to go to Franklin. Contagio and Harvey tying that up. Scarangello to inbound it. Herndon gets it to Allen. Allen down low to O'Leary. O'Leary gets his own rebound, goes back up, and he gets fouled. And that foul's going to go against Falk. Hawks' first foul of the game. O'Leary will attempt 2 here.
That story you were just telling us, which was
Riveting.
it was anything but boring, I'll tell you that much. But that reminds me of a story of something that happened to me while playing travel soccer that we'll talk about later on when we have a few minutes.
That ball goes off Bridgewater-Raynham, and Franklin's going to inbound it. Herndon brings it up, kicks it out to O'Leary. O'Leary over to Harvey, and Harvey took NBA steps there. .345 left in the third quarter. 50-27 our score, and that's going to go against Scarangello.
Franklin fouls on number 1, Gino Scarangello. That's his first of the game, team's 4th.
It's Gino's first and the team's 4th. That three-pointer no good by BR, and Harvey brings it up.
And if I didn't know any better, I'd say what Jay was trying to invent his own language right there too.
I may have. Scarangello with another bucket.
Let's call it stutter mouth.
And that's off Scarangello. Bridgewater-Raynham will inbound on the end line. Falk to inbound it. Yeah, that was on the line. Short shot was short. O'Leary takes it in. Nice pass.
Under the basket, and he
Herndon.
gets it a reverse layup for 2.
What vision by O'Leary there. Great job.
That's a supreme level of alertness.
Falk gets that shot off, and the foul's going to go against senior captain Justin Allen.
Franklin, it's number 5, Justin Allen.
His first foul, the team's 5th. Falk makes the first. Falk makes both of them.
Score is now 54-29 in favor of the Panthers.
And that's going to be a foul there against Balutis, I think.
Number 3, Chase Balutis, is second, team's 5th.
2.5 minutes left in the third. O'Leary takes it to the dish and scores. BR looking for a foul on that, but the officials had nothing, went off the BR player.
Good shot right there for 2.
That was Sullivan with that, Caden Sullivan.
Bridgewater-Raynham able to avoid the defensive jump right there, and they get for 2. And they
Golden
get 2.
scores.
Deep 3 and 3.
Herndon for the 3. 61-31 our lead. or score.
30-point lead, wow.
Yeah.
Shot there for 2 is good.
Golden.
Nice drive to the hoop there. Good for 2.
O'Leary with 22 points.
Franklin doing some double teaming of their own late in the third quarter.
Falk with 3. Falk with 8 for the quarter for the Trojans.
Nice ball
Sullivan
movement
takes
there.
that.
Gets 2 and a +1.
Sullivan will go to the line.
And one of these days, Jay, I promise I'll get my basketball lingo all straightened out.
That's all right. So that was Golden's first foul of the game. Sullivan will attempt to make this a traditional three-pointer. And he does.
The and one goes down. .30 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
Sullivan playing real good defense there, not giving any ground.
Nice pass there by BR.
Falk with the rebound. They're going to have a foul on the floor that's going to go against Herndon, I believe. Yeah. That's Herndon's third. 6 for the team, 17 seconds left.
Yeah, we're just repeating what Ryan Martin's saying at this point.
That's all we're doing. Nice defense there. Allen over to O'Leary. Why
Good
not?
shot there for 3. It goes.
O'Leary now with 25. Falk from half court, no good. Rebound to O'Leary.
A little more power behind that shot, and he probably would have made that. But that buzzer is going to mark the end of the third quarter. Franklin leading the game now by a score of 69-36.
So a fairly commanding,
very
33-point lead as we head to the fourth quarter.
And Bridgewater is playing with a little more fire, but unfortunately for them, that's not really translating into baskets.
Well, and Chris, as we said, they lost with that injury late in the second quarter. Barry and Perry Lewis, neither of them have been back in. Barry won't be in. He's over. We could see him on the bench now with ice on his left knee. I don't know if they banged knees or what happened when they ran into each other, but
I think he definitely hurt his knee, although I thought he might have hurt his ankle because he was kind of walking on that foot fairly gingerly when he walked off the court earlier. But
yeah.
Considering that he's got ice on his knee, that's a little more telling as to what happened.
Well, and you just hate seeing knee injuries with high school athletes because you don't know how severe it is. You hope it's just a bruise.
So very quickly, you remember that story that I was going to tell you about that was almost felt like a comparison to me with your basketball injury. Back in the day when I used to play youth soccer, there was one day when I was hit square in the face by an oncoming soccer ball that was being kicked. It was being kicked out back out onto the soccer field from the woods, and this was during warm-ups for the game. So we're talking easily a good 10 or 15 minutes before the game.
Before the game?
Before the game, yeah.
Oh, man.
I turned around as everybody was warning me not to do so, and the next thing I know, I got a soccer ball hitting me square in the face.
That hurts. From someone who got hit by a lot of dodgeballs in the face, anything square in the face is not fun.
Well, surprisingly, nothing happened except for me losing my equilibrium for a little bit.
Ryan Wilson in the game, and he makes his presence known right away with the 2-point bucket there.
Yeah, I lost my equilibrium after that and did lose vision for a little while, but I thankfully did not lose consciousness. I remember my coach and my assistant coach just, hoping that I would be able to regain all my faculties at that point, which I did, thank God. But
Allen from way outside. Yeah, those can be quite painful, Chris.
In the moment, yes.
Franklin still with the intense defense, despite their lead. That gets knocked away. Wilson.
Good shot.
Wilson able to score there and get away with the travel.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that they didn't call that one either.
Loose ball on the ground. That should be a foul. Oh no, they're going to call it a held ball.
Franklin making a trio of substitutions.
Nick Scala, number 20, comes into the game. Number 20. Well, that's not Hansy Jakes, I could tell you that.
Who's number 14 on the Panthers?
Samuels.
I had a feeling he looked familiar.
That's Justice Samuels, a sophomore.
I had a feeling he was Samuels because I saw a little bit of his brother in him.
Nice play there by Samuels. 3-point attempt, no good. Samuels with the rebound. So Sean O'Leary leaves the game with 27 points, by far the leading scorer in this game. And he started
right there.
Very nice play.
$80-39 is the
Ryan
score.
Wilson, who scored that, got a timeout by BR. I think Bridgewater, you're going to see a bunch of substitutions from here, Chris.
Yeah. Because unfortunately for them at this point, this game is just completely out of reach for them.
Yeah.
It's not going to stop them from trying, but a 41-point lead, or just a, yes. Trying to make sure that I got my math straight.
I was trying to do the same thing.
Thankfully, my math is straight, so 41-point lead.
I was ready to pull the calculator out.
My calculator's in my head.
Yeah, so is mine. I'm not sure that one works that well. I think it's short. The battery isn't always charged.
As we get back to the court here, Bridgewater to inbound the ball. Ooh, and he almost had a shot on that, but he's going to be fouled by, I believe that was Samuels. Oh, it's actually Seth O'Donnell, number 4. So Bridgewater to the line for 2.
Kevin Lambert shooting.
That shot was threatening to not go down. Never a comfortable feeling. Second one goes down too.
Cuts the lead to 39. So that's going to be off of Samuels, go to BR. Any close out of bounds play you see now is going to go to BR. Balutis for 2. No good. Samuels with the rebound. Gets it to Wilson. Scala goes to the basket, but
It's going to
no
be knocked
good.
out of bounds by BR.
Yeah, it's going to be Franklin ball. Oh,
That
nice
ball's gonna be
steal
stolen
there
away.
by
Nice.
Baludis, and he lays it in. That foul's going to go against, I think, Baludis.
Your belief is affirmed, Jay. First shot is good.
Both foul shots are good.
That shot is no good.
Oh.
Rebounded.
Gets his own rebound. That's Catagio. Scala for three.
Would have been a good shot. There was a lot of deflated O's over there on the Franklin side of the court.
Chase Paludis with the three for BR. 82-48 our score.
And a three-point shot here.
No good. That's going to go against Scala. A push. So we'll shoot 1 and 1 here.
Oh.
Kevin Lambert. Around and out. Samuels with the rebound. 3.5 minutes left. Seth O'Donnell passes it to Scala. Scala lets it fly, no good. And that's going to go against Scala, I believe. Yeah. And PR will shoot 1 and 1. Shot no good, but BR gets the rebound, and Rodriguez shoots again. It's front rim. Wilson comes up with the rebound. Oh, nice dish. That's knocked out of bounds. Seth O'Donnell is number 4 for Franklin. He had the unsuccessful attempt and had it blocked away. Samuels. Scala with it. Scala looking to go to the basket. And he's going to shoot 2. Scala's going to get his money's worth playing in this fourth quarter.
First shot is good.
Nice foul shot there. And he makes the second. So Nick Scala with a couple of points for the Panthers. 84-48, 2.5 minutes left.
Good shot there for 2.
Jake Golden with the deuce. Wilson gets it to Samuels.
Nice
Samuels
pass to
with the
Samuels.
reverse, and he gets fouled too. Number 34, Cottagio. Going to have a substitution here, I think, for Cottagio. That's his 4th foul. Justice Samuels. Foul shot off to the left, rebound by the Trojans.
Three-pointer, no good.
O'Donnell gets a rebound. O'Donnell, a sophomore.
Nice pass. Oh, no foul there, and Bridgewater's going to steal it away. Nice little jump shot there for 2, goes down.
Chris, you're not going to see many fouls called down at the Franklin end unless they're blatant fouls. Samuels over to Scala. O'Donnell. Wilson. That got nice rebound by Scala, no good. Minute and a half left.
Good jump shot for 2, goes down.
Chris, I'd say this team played a first half as good as they played all year.
Nice play there by Bridgewater-Raynham for another 2.
1 minute left in the game, but Franklin has looked good the entire afternoon.
Yes, if there's anything that kind of killed Bridgewater's hopes in this game, it was just the fact that they were not able to play as up to par to Franklin's gameplay as they could have in either the first or second quarters, and that's coming back to bite them now.
Well, Sean O'Leary for the Panthers kind of shut down BR all by himself with 27 points and 18 of that, or 20 in the first half. Shot clock's off as the game winds down here. Balutis, 8-footer, no good. Samuels with the rebound. Just need to get it across half court. Gets stolen. And Wilson gets himself a rebound.
He just did not care that Bridgewater stole that ball away
Yep.
from him. Not that he had to. But that buzzer's going to mark the end of the game. So, Jay, any takeaways from this matchup against the...
Like I said, Chris, I think the Panthers played very well. Their top 7 or 8 kids had a great first half, and they were able to easily pull away, and they looked every bit as good as you would expect a team with one win or one loss to look.
I was definitely expecting this game to be a little more competitive from Bridgewater's end, considering that it was a non-league game. But unfortunately, that hope does not work in Bridgewater's favor. But they played as good a game as they could in the second half, in spite of the.
Well, Chris, they didn't give up. They kept trying.
Absolutely.
And that's all you can ask of high school kids. So, nice job by both teams. Great job by the Panthers and Coach C.J. Neely to come out with a relatively easy win and no injuries. So that's always good.
So that's going to do it for our coverage here at Franklin High School. Franklin takes this game. They changed. They've already reset the scoreboard for whatever's coming up next. But anyway, Franklin's going to take this match against Bridgewater-Raynham. And this is cameraman Chris for Jay Horrigan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time, Franklin sports fans. Have a good one.